So hello to all of you and very good evening. Today we are having our second session on this Homeopathy level 3. Now, as put in the group, even if we are having this session for the Homeopathy level 3, particularly for the exam, generally the topic called personal interview is very, very relevant, and eventually all of you will face some or the other kind of interview in your life. Especially when you join any company or any job or any bank or any organization, you will certainly face an interview. There might be some academic interviews which colleges or universities will conduct before they take you in. And there will be some other forms of selection interviews for some prize, medal, certificate. Those interviews also you will face. And therefore, the topic is very interesting and very, very useful. So today's session is on that. Now for Homibhaba level 3, there are two things. One is the personal interview and second is project work. On this topic, project work, one session we already have conducted, and uska YouTube pe video also I have uploaded for those if you have missed it. It is there with the, you can search with channel Ogle Learning. In that, a brief discussion about the project work is done for this year, 2022-23. And today we are having the session for the second part, the personal interview. Both are not related with each other. They can completely independent.
If you want, we can share the main points of today's session after the class so that you need not write down everything. You can pay attention to what we are telling.
Today's session, we want to basically discuss about the personal interview. We want to understand the interview process. We want to discuss things like adding value to our own self or becoming more valuable and how we can present ourselves better. Few aspects of the interview skills. We want to discuss this in all of this in good amount of detail. Looks, first impression, communication, body language, the main part, question answers, guided interview, and few points for improvement for student. These all part we want to discuss. That is our target for today. So first, to understand, let us try to understand what is interview process and why we need it. So in general, to do any kind of job, many capacities and skills are required, and always there has to be a selection, or there you will have to choose somebody, or you will have to hire somebody for doing this particular job. Yeah, sorry, disturbance was there. So the question is, how will you choose? So suppose say I am having a hotel, small hotel is there, and I own the hotel, and I want two people to work for my hotel, to take orders from the customers, to supply them the food, to pick the dishes up, and to do all this stuff. How do I do that? How do I choose from the people? Suppose 4 or 5 people come to me that we are ready to work for you. We want the salary and we are going to work for you. So how should I choose? One idea is obviously school ke marks dekho, but that really doesn't help. Many of the times it doesn't help. For example, suppose two candidates come to you. First, the candidate said, I have got 75% in SSC 10 standard. Second said, I have 74%. Now, whom will you choose for working in your hotel? So it really, the marks become very, very irrelevant. There is no relation like the candidate who has got more marks in SSC exam will work better in your hotel. ऐसा कोई rule है नहीं. तो the point is, this SSC marks or the things does not help us beyond a particular limit. For example, suppose you want to paint compound of your society. You are a secretary of the society and you want to get your wall compound painted. And again, two painters are there. So what you cannot do again, okay, तुमको कितने marks मिले थे? तो first one will say, I passed 8th standard with 35 marks. Second will say, I passed 8th standard with 37 marks. So what will you do? 37 wale ko employ karo. It doesn't work that way, right? Marks really does not say anything about their painting ability. So the marks have got a lot of limitation, and this is there all the time. Suppose if you go to a new town, your parents have got shifted to a new place, so you have gone with them, and then you want to do some treatment of your teeth, dental treatment. Now you go around the town and then you'll find, okay, in your area, 2-3 dentists are there, their clinics are there, and then you don't know whom to go to. So what will you do? You will ask your neighbors, कि हाँ हमारे area में अच्छे dentist doctor कौन है? Who will do it without giving me much pain? Who will give a better treatment which will last for a longer time? This is what you will ask the people. And then your neighbors or somebody will tell you, go to this doctor. He is a very good doctor. He has treated me and very nicely the treatment was done. That is the way you do. Or do you start asking, ये तीन में से कौन से डॉक्टर को ज्यादा मार्क्स मिले थे स्कूल में? So you don't really do that, right? So the point which I want to tell you is the school marks are really not suitable for evaluation most of the times. The reason behind it is, to do any job, you need so many capacities apart from the main skills. Ability to do the necessary work, obviously, it is required. But then other aspects will be
Can
there.
you suggest anything? Can you people suggest any aspects? What will you consider? Suppose you're employing somebody and you have a company and you want a person to, many people have applied for your job. What abilities will you consider?
But what will be the
Salary though, I want to do join you. So what? Bola na, you can tell.
The working capacity.
skills?
Means
Which skill?
Working capacity.
Skills, observation skills.
Dedication.
Dedication
And determination.
determination.
Working
but-
capacity.
Hard work.
Hard
Working
work. Okay.
capacity.
Good
Working
manners,
capacity.
like I said.
The truthfulness towards the work.
Honesty,
Truthfulness.
truthfulness, experience. That is a good idea. Cooking
Experience. And,
experience. Cooking ka quality also, of course, you will see.
Correct. So
Work
many,
limit.
many,
Good
many.
ability to talk.
positivity.
Yes.
Positivity.
So many such here are few of them.
Correct.
है ना, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्डनेस, ट्रूथफुलनेस, ऑनेस्टी. जो फूड किसी ने डिलीवर ऑर्डर किया बटाटे वड़ा, तो खुद ही खाना नहीं चाहिए, उसको देना भी चाहिए. तो ऑल these things are there. Enthusiasm, confidence, teamwork, communication skills, so many more. In that there will be one subject knowledge, and all our school exams or tests do only check that part, subject knowledge. And that is the trouble. And therefore the school marks are often not suitable to judge any candidate. And that is the very reason why we have interview. In the interview process, basic process is like this. You will have some candidates, you will call them for an interview, and you will talk to them. You will somehow try to judge them and allocate some score to them called interview score. And then based on the score, you will try to select better candidates for you. So one thing is that there is nothing like passing. I got 100 out of 100 nothing like that. It is only about selecting or how to select a better candidate. So it is about job to judge and then select. So the interviewers have to take the judgment. And how should you judge something? Like suppose if I tell you, ye candidate isko judge karo. So how will you judge it? So forget about candidate. Let us say take a simple example. Suppose you are my friend, and if I tell you, मैंने कल एक नया स्पीकर लाया, स्पीकर कैसा लगा? तो what will you say? पहले दिखाओ तो, कैसा लगा पूछते हो, पहले दिखाओ तो the judgment starts from the basic point. दिखाओ तो, देखो, तो I am showing you, see, this is my speaker, very nice, no, beautiful. तो you will say, हाँ ठीक है, अभी सुनाओ तो म्यूजिक, स्पीकर है तो म्यूजिक तो सुनाओ. तो you are again judging. How are you judging? Looks. Now by hearing. So I will tell you कि हाँ ये लो, ये गाना सुनो. तो you'll say okay. अभी मुझे दिखाओ हाथ में लेके. तो you will like to touch it. You will like to feel कि buttons कैसे है, operate होता है कि नहीं, वजन कितना है. So basic thing is judgment happens with our 5 basic senses: look, hear, touch, smell, taste. But then occasionally you will use that. Now sometimes good new things smell very nicely. Books, for example, if you purchase a new book, open करके ऐसे एकदम मस्त smell आता है. You might have experienced that. But speaker you may not decide by smelling, and of course not by eating. So speaker है, हाँ ये देखो ना speaker, हाँ चलो देखो अच्छा बहुत tasty है speaker. Not like that typically. But well, so the idea is the judgment can happen only with the 5 senses. There is no other way to judge. In humans, there is one more way to judge. It is related to ego, or it is related to what others say. Okay. And it often plays a very big role in our judgment, but not that very good a thing. You should try to neglect it as far as possible. For example, if I tell you, देखो मैंने सोनी कंपनी का स्पीकर लाया, कैसा लगा तुमने? हाँ बहुत अच्छा है. क्यों? क्योंकि बाजू वाला is saying सोनी कंपनी speaker is very good. So I will ask, have you yourself seen that? No. So this also affects our judgment process, what others are saying. But in the interview process, anyway, as a candidate, you are not very world famous personality like that. So the interviewer anyway does not know you at all, and he does not know what others say about you. And therefore that part is missing. And therefore the interviewers have to use their own senses and their own ideas to somehow judge you. So that is the basic idea of interview process. What we will say, that interview is a process of judgment, and how to judge by using 5 basic senses: look, hear, touch, smell, taste. Now, we have just started saying this, but this itself will give us some clues, some type of clues. For example, if the interviewer is going to judge you by look and hear and things, what can you do to have better judgment? For example, let us do a drama. Suppose Udita is there. She is going to conduct my interview. And she's also going to use her senses to judge me. I am a candidate. Okay. So I have come for the interview, let us say. So let us say.
Hello, Rahul. Can you tell me something about yourself?
Hello, madam. My name is Rahul Ogle. Have you seen what has happened? I am not looking at her. So if she's going to look at me and judge me, at least I should take care that she would feel looking like me. Makes sense? We will discuss all this in detail, but just giving you some clues. So I should look at her. Now suppose very shy and looking like this all the time, looking like this, not a good idea at all. Because she's going to look at you and decide. So that is the first thing. Second thing is, a communication should have with certain basic respect. So for example, if she is asking something,
Hello, Rahul. Tell me something about yourself.
hello, madam. My name is Rahul Ogle, and I am in 9th standard, and I like science very much. And so what is the conclusion? If you are talking to somebody, you must look at that person. That is the bare minimum level of courtesy required. Otherwise, it feels very, very insulting. So very common sense. Next, one more clue you can pick up just from this line is like this. Second aspect was hearing. So suppose she is again interviewer.
Hello, Rahul. Tell me something about yourself.
Hello, madam. My name is Rahul Ogle, and I like science.
What? Sorry, can you repeat?
I like science, and I like many.
What?
So I am not taking care that she will be able to hear me, and therefore she is not able to judge me. So common
And
sense.
every time I cannot keep asking what. It is
Very irritating.
So you have to
So
take
a
care.
common sense. When you are speaking with the interviewer, it is your duty that he will be able to hear you crystal clear. So you talk in a sufficient loud voice so that everybody will be able to clearly hear. That doesn't mean shout in their ear, but talk sufficient loudly. So simple ideas. Anyway.
This
So,
requires some practice, because when you go for the interview, little bit shyness, or you are afraid, everything happens. So natural tendency is like to either shout loudly or talk very softly. So practice it.
parents also can be there with you. I have written that in that message. And if parents are there, they can remain visible and they can also participate whenever we ask. So it is a thoda sa interactive kind of session, not a lecture kind of a type of a session. So we have come to an interview process, understood the process, and it is a judgment and how you are going to judge with the 5 senses. Now you will ask then, okay, this all is interviewer's job to judge me and to call me and then to take a judgment. And also, what is my role? So you also have a job to play. Hey, what is your role? Your role is you try to present yourself better or present better part of yourself in the short available time. It is interviewer's duty to judge you. But to judge a person so many days and night will be required. Now, interviewer cannot come and stay at your house for 6 days to judge you in and out. Tum utte kaise ho, baithte kaise ho, sote kaise ho, khate kaise ho, bolte kaise ho. Got the point. Very quickly, 10 minutes. So you try to present good part of you very quickly and allow them to judge you very quickly. There are army interviews called SSC board, service board interview. It's really very difficult to crack, very difficult. And there they really call you for the interview and you have to stay over there for 3 days and they will monitor you in and out all the time. तुम सोते कैसे हो, बाजू वाले से बोलते कैसे हो, what is your reaction to the food, अच्छा खाना मिला तो तुम क्या करते हो, एकदम फालतू खाना मिला तो तुम क्या करते हो. Every aspect, whatever aspects they want to, they will judge you on that. So that is a all new level of interview. But in our interviews, nobody is going to do that. People will call you on the table and try to judge you in 10-15 minutes. So it becomes your duty to show your best part as quickly as possible. Make sense? समझ रहे हो ना? You are with me. Okay. Yeah. And therefore, you can help them to explore you explore your good potentials, because in that 10-15 minutes, if you just sit like that and don't talk too much. For example, so suppose Udita is conducting my interview and she will ask me various questions and try to judge me. For example, hello madam,
Hello, Rahul. Can you tell me something about yourself?
I am a student in 6th standard.
Okay, what do you like?
I like science.
In science, what do you like?
I like science.
Can you tell some topic which you like?
I like many topics. Have you seen what has happened? I have refused her to judge. I'm not allowing her to judge me. She is trying to ask you, okay, isko kya aata hai, dekhte, science aata hai, kuch chemistry aata hai. But I am not allowing her to do that. I am just answering one point question. What do you like? Science. What do you like? Many topics. Which topic you like? All the topics. Got the point. So it's your duty to help the interviewer to judge you. Present as you are, no need to pretend. एकदम अमिताभ बच्चन के स्टाइल में बोलो वगैरह, ऐसा नहीं. The way you are. Then to get selected or not, ये तो is their job to decide. So you really do not worry in that. You only do your part well. What is your part? You allow them to judge you, you allow them to explore you, and you show your better potentials quickly. Now, generally, short time, 2 to 3 interviewers will be there. They will have their own perspective, and that is how the process will go. So basically, it is a teamwork, interviewers and you. It is a teamwork. ऐसा नहीं है you are fighting against interviewer, they are fighting against you. Not like that. दोनों मिला के you have to get the result. Now that you also want, you have, so they will be able to judge you, but you want them to make a good judgment. Then only they will give you medal. Otherwise, they will judge you. हाँ, ये तो एकदम फालतू candidate है. Judgment done, पक्का. So interview process is very successful, but then outcome is not favorable to you. You want a good outcome, that you want them to like you. So what do? So for that, you need to become more valuable. Now, suppose you people are interviewers and I am a candidate. When you will make a better opinion about me, there are two aspects to it. One is I am really very valuable and really very good. Then there is a chance that you will make a good opinion of me in the interview. So that is first thing. I am more valuable. But second aspect is that how I present myself. So there is a combination. Two things are there, right? When you are more good or valuable or capable, in that there are two goals, long term and short term. Briefly, we will discuss this. And this is also in its own very, very important aspect of our life. But the second part is how you present yourself. You have some capacities, some qualities, thoda sa some good capacity you have. How you present yourself. This part is called interview skills. And today, most of the time, we want to discuss this all interview skills in a good amount of detail. Before going to this, we will discuss this first aspect, which is equally important. The aspect is how to become more capable or good. So for that, long term, short term. Now, listen, listen. Yeah. So in that, there are some long term goals. Usually, to be more valuable, you try to learn new things, gather more knowledge, then you will become more valuable. For example, I thought I should learn carpentry, electricity wiring. तो फटाफट मैंने 2 कॉट बनाई, 2 ड्रॉवर बनाए, ऐसे थोड़ा wood cutting बिटिंग करके. Then you can learn new skills, like you can learn to cook. You can do some extra, additional skills you can learn. That will make you valuable and better. Or you can have some personal goals and challenges, like you decide and try to solve Rubik Cube puzzle, or you read big books and then have your gigantic capacity to read. Improve your logic, thought process, opinion capacity. This all also will help you. People can come to you and ask, is in this situation what we should do? It will help them to do decision making. Learning arts for your own satisfaction. This also will certainly add value to your own self. And be healthy, strong, enthusiastic. Again, very, very useful. Ekdam, everybody likes a happy, healthy, and strong person. Nobody likes ekdam roj bimar hu main, I don't have this power, like ekdam I'm not feeling good. Who will like such a kind of person? So thoda dand baitak karo, exercise karo, keep yourself healthy. That will help. Now, this is a long-term thing. This is a long-term thing. Okay, you go on learning one by one things, and value addition will happen, and slowly results will come. For example, I learned carpentry 7-8 years ago, and when my auntie who stays in my building, she was supposed to call carpenter to make a cupboard. Okay, immediately she told, हाँ वो राहुल को बुलाते हैं, he knows about carpentry. है ना? अभी मेरा value बढ़ गया कि नहीं? How? I had learned a skill. So you learn a skill, you get a value. It's like that. So these are long-term values and you are most welcome to work on them. Again, this will really add value to you and that effect will make you more valuable. But in the short term, also few things you can do. From today to the interview date, in that small term time also, you can do many things. For instance, you try to get to know the knowledge about your own hobbies and interests. If you know something, if you have developed something, you try to know more about it. For example, if you like cricket, then you gather information about it. Pitch कितना बड़ा है, long off किधर है, long on किधर है, bat के specifications क्या है, bowler के bowling के specific. So you try to know more about the things which you already know. This you can do in short term. Then know about yourself, your family, what your parents are doing. That will make you more valuable at a student level, more aware about the surrounding. Try to know about the issues which are happening around you. Know about your future plans. Now, if you are going to go for the interview as a Bal Vaidyanik, then at least you should know what do you want to do in future. Nothing, I don't know, 10 fail. Not a very good idea. So some plan or some idea at least you may have. You may change, of course, later. Nobody is going to catch you. वो दिन तो बोला था मैं ये करूंगा अभी आज. How are you doing it? Nobody will do like that. But some planning, it indicates your personality aspect, and therefore it is useful. Then, from typical academic interview point of view, study at least one topic in detail, at least in physics, chemistry, biology. Why? If they give you chance, you tell that topic and you will be able to better answer the questions on it. So study at least one topic thoroughly in physics, chemistry, and biology, minimum. So these are few short-term things. So both long-term and short-term, both things you are supposed to do, and that will really make yourself valuable. Today, we want to discuss more about the presenting part. You might be very, very good with many skills and many abilities. Now it is a time for you to present it better, because if you present, then only interviewers will come to know, and then only they will be able to judge you better. And therefore, these all interview skills. So presentation will help the examiner to explore your potential. So you try to present maximum good of your side in the short time. Now in this interview skills, many aspects are there, many aspects. Looks, first impression, body language, communication, both verbal, non-verbal comes in this body language, and the main part of the interview, the question answers and the discussion, main part. Then there will be some other aspects. So these all we want to discuss in good amount of detail. Sorry, detail mein we want to discuss. Sir, you can improve the presentation skills in a very short time by certain amount of practice. And therefore we are discussing this in detail. Okay? So first is obviously looks. First is obviously looks. And the ugly truth is that good looks do matter. So अगर तुम beautiful दिख रहे हो, तो there are more chances of getting selected, even in science, everywhere. तो अभी what to do with that, है ना? तो ऐसा तो नहीं है कि अरे मेरा नाक ब्यूटीफुल नहीं, चलो जाके ऑपरेशन करके ठीक करवाते. We don't do that. As a science student, that kind of beauty has got limited weightage, very limited. So no need to get. But do you know people really do that? Michael Jackson was a dancer. He did 45 operations on his nose because he never liked his nose. So all these film stars and then this acting people, they really do this because that is what matters to them. But for us, as a science student, look means not too much related to beauty, basically a neat, clean and pleasant look. That is what counts. Personal hygiene, clean hair, barabar se pressed clothes, good sitting posture and formal dress. Only these things will matter. तो ब्यूटी से भी ज्यादा दिस बेसिक थिंग्स. तो बराबर से इंटरव्यू होगा तो बराबर स्नान करके नहा धो के तुम क्लीन होके ही तुमको जाना है. 4 दिन से नहाए नहीं हो, एकदम गंदा सब पूरा, ऐसा यू शुड नॉट गो. तो दैट इज द बेसिक थिंग अबाउट लुक्स. आगे तुम भले ब्यूटीफुल हो नहीं हो, अभी who can do anything about it. Now more about like there is nothing much to tell you about how to improve the looks only apart from these basic things. Now formal dress is very important. वो तुम जरूर करो. T-shirt होगा या फिर shirt होगा तो भी with the collar. So the reason is formal dress will indicate that you are interested in the process, and therefore it is by default useful. Interview means formal wear. So normal, formal, full shirt, full pant, यही पहन के जाना. koi bhi formal dress is okay. Non-formal, changi pangi, not good. Here are few things which you should avoid. That I can tell you. For boys, all chaddi banyan type dresses you should avoid. All. That doesn't look good. It doesn't feel that you are interested into the interview. तो लुक्स ओनली वो सामने वाले को क्या मतलब ढंग से शर्ट नहीं पहनने को होता तुमको, दैट इज व्हाट इज द नेचुरल कमेंट विल कम. नाउ वेदर गुड और नॉट इज डिफरेंट इशू, बट दैट विल हैपन. सो चड्डी बनियन टाइप ड्रेसेस नो. Wear t-shirt, sleeveless shirts, half pant, nose ring, ear ring, strictly no for boys. Nothing. Normal good look is there. For girls, overexposing, too tight, uncomfortable dresses, too much jewelry, भयंकर nail paint, एकदम भूत ऐसे, और आंख में एकदम काले काले, तो कुछ होता है ना, some girls do, एकदम ऐसे तुमको सपने में भूत ऐसे लगे. Such things you should totally avoid. ठीक है? Non-traditional styling, no half pant, sleeveless shirt, nothing. Traditional wear, you should try to see so that not much attention will go to this dressing or the decoration, so that more attention will be based on the communication and what you are discussing. So that is what you should do. Make sense? So far so good? Looks okay?
If you want to go in uniform, that is also okay, but that is a choice. It is not compulsory.
School uniform can be considered as formal wear for school student, because every day you wear that, so you can consider it as a formal wear if you want to. No harm in, anyway you are used to do that. And
school ka normal uniform.
Anyway, so that was the first thing. Now second is the first impression. Second point, first impression. So the first impression last. That is a very weird thing about it. It has two parts, facial expression and first greeting. Now this first impression is very weird. We make it very quickly and unknowingly. Perhaps when you see a person, within around 15 to 20 seconds, or when you say a first word, hello or something, you make the first impression unknowingly, but you do that. Okay, nobody decide, chalo abhi today I will make first impression about this person. Not like that. Unknowingly you do it, and very quickly. You yourself don't know how you do, but you do. And so many aspects your face will tell. Personality aspects like happy face, sad face, thoughtful, powerful, capacity, confidence, health, so many other aspects. Leadership criteria, whether you are creative, whether you are powerless, crying, whether you are able to manage, whether you are not able to manage, you have constant fear of your boss, अरे बाप रे मैडम कहीं मारेगी नहीं, or doubtful, not under, so many different type of personalities. And really just by looking at your face, so many things we understand. For example, अपने मोदी जी, तो देख के तुमको अरे ये तो क्या कैपेबल पर्सन, इनको तो पीएम ही होना चाहिए कोई कंट्री का, है कि नहीं? तो भले तुमको पता भी नहीं हो तो भी यू मेक एन ओपिनियन जस्ट बाय लुकिंग एट द पर्सन. अभी देखो ये तो बेचारा कितना डर रहा है, पता नहीं मैडम आके फटका मारेगी. नहीं नहीं मैडम मैंने कोई गलती नहीं की, सॉरी मैडम. तो ऑल द टाइम इन द स्टेट ऑफ सॉरी, एंड देन अरे बाप रे क्या हो गया. तो पर्सन समटाइम डाउटफुल पर्सनैलिटी, दैट इज डिफरेंट इशू. तुमको अरे इसको कुछ समझता है कि नहीं, मतलब क्या जरा थोड़ा डाउट लगेगा तुमको. तो so many personality aspects. Now for a student, again, for a student, a general थोड़ा सा pleasant, smiling, enthusiastic face is okay. जैसे कि ये लड़का है, ये लड़की, okay, all are okay. ये लड़का है, okay, these are all okay. So that is about personality, first impression, face aspect. ठीक है ना? A pleasant, neat and good face is good enough. Then the part comes as first greeting. So personality aspect में two things, face and then first greeting. First greeting means you will go, you will see each other, as a candidate you will go and you will have a look at the interviewers, and maybe you will say hello or good morning, or you will do shake hand, up to you. A first greeting we say, kuch to hello bolo. It is like acknowledging them as your team members. ठीक है ना? Now suppose you go to a building to play cricket and then two teams are there. Suppose you are new to it, so what will you do? You will say hello to your team members. So you accept them as your team members, and you also accept them that now we together have to do something. So that is called as first greeting. So when you go, you do not look like that. ये कौन है? Not like that. है कि नहीं? So this part comes in the first greeting. The first greeting is, it is the time from the first sight of the candidate till he says something and sits down. Only that much. So in that few tips to you. Take a quick look at the surrounding. Usually there will be some a room will be there or a hall will be there where a table and then 2-3 interviewers will be sitting, and there will be a chair for you to sit, and then you will come from the door. So generally take a look at the surrounding and have some awareness before sitting. Look directly to all the examiners. If 3 are there, you recognize all of them. ऐसे मत करो कि हाँ वो तो एकदम अच्छा है तो हेलो सर वेरी नाइस, अरे बट बाजू में भी 2 जन हैं, वरना तो योर पेरेंट्स विल से हाँ इंटरव्यू कैसा रहा, देन यू विल टेल नो मम्मी वो पहला इंटरव्यूअर वाज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल एंड हैंडसम, तो आई मेनली डिस्कस विद हिम ओनली। तो बाकी के दो नहीं, बाकी के दो दे वर नॉट गुड, एक तो कोई तो बुड्ढा टाइप वाला थोड़ा सा ब्लैक ब्लैक तो मैंने देखा नहीं। ऐसे मत करो, ठीक है ना, दे आर ऑल्सो देयर, सो यू वेदर यू लाइक देम और नॉट, यू हैव टू look at them and recognize them as your team members. So that is the thing you have to do. Slight smile to recognize them, or hello, good morning, good evening, whatever, shake hand, all are okay, all are okay. When you take a look at the surrounding, that will help you to create some awareness. Many times anxiety is there, I am going for interview, are bapre, I am going for interview, and therefore the candidate who has finished the interview will be coming out, and then you will look at the interviewer and dhadam se will walk and collide with him. Not a good idea. Or there will be a table and interviewer sitting, so you come and look at the interviews. Sir has told look at all the interviewers, so all interviewers se chalke there will be a dustbin kept, dhadam se jaake usme giroge. So don't do that. So take a look and then make yourself aware, okay, here I have to go. That is a good thing. Remember to be neutral. Interviewers have their own role to do, that is to judge you, and you have your own role to help them to judge. So no need to show over respect. अरे my God, sir, आप कितने महान हो, ऐसा कुछ तुमको क्या मालूम वो महान है भी या नहीं है कि नहीं? तुम मिले हो कभी उनसे? नहीं मिले हो ना, तुमको क्या मालूम? तो no need to show over respect, over humbleness, over politeness, not required. तुम जैसे हो, तुमको एक नाक है, 2 कान है, दो हाथ है, वैसे ही उनको भी है, ठीक है ना? तुम भी खाना खाते हो और तुम भी टॉयलेट जाते हो, वो भी खाना खाते हो, वो भी टॉयलेट जाते, कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है तुम लोग में। तो नो नीड टू हैव ओवर हम्बलनेस, ओवर पोलाइटनेस, अरे बाप रे ये कौन बड़े आए भगवान, ऐसा कुछ नहीं। ऑन द अदर हैंड, डू नॉट शो अरोगेंस आल्सो, ठीक है ना? द रीजन व्हाई दैट पर्सन इज ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ द टेबल मींस मोस्ट लाइकली ही इज क्वाइट गुड एंड बेटर, at least better than you because of the age difference maybe, but at this point at least definitely there is a good chance that he is better than you. So do not try to be arrogant and show overconfidence, वरना जाओगे वो इंटरव्यू हैं, you are going to conduct my interview, ये इंटरव्यू लेने वाले हैं, तो साइंस आता है आपको, थोड़ा बहुत सीखे हो, so don't do like that, okay? Since they are sitting over there, that means they have some capacity, so overconfidence not required. So that was about first impression. In that there will be handshake. If you want, you can do that. Nothing wrong in it. So handshake means like it shows that you are treating the opposite person as equal. This is the good way to do handshake.
The key to a good handshake is to get the web between your thumb and forefinger fully in contact with that of the person with whom you're shaking hands. Also, don't forget to make eye contact and smile.
है ना? तो handshake is with the considering opponent as equal. ये ऐसे करके handshake is not good, ऐसे is not good, this shows I am very superior, ऐसे करके is also not good, ये तो मेरा कुछ value ही नहीं है इसका मतलब, so not a good idea. On the other hand, do not go in anxiety and अरे handshake, तो not like this. This is a just one more example. ये देखो, so he is so anxious,
a little aggressive.
so not a good idea. Anyway, so that was about first impression and handshake. Next point is body language. So first we have looks, first impression, these two we have seen. Next is body language. Now body language means what? Bolo. Want to say anything? What is the meaning of body language? Usually language is what
you
you
handle our body. The way
The
we
non-verbal
carry
cues that we give. How we show them.
how we carry our body.
So we can say body language is, it is what you don't say that counts. Is what you don't say that counts. You are not saying it, but still you are saying it very loudly with your body gesture. So this happens all the time, and the words have got some meaning, and the way we say them or the way we look while saying them makes a lot of difference. For example, your teacher is there in the class and your student is there. So you are sitting on the first bench and paying attention. So Udita, what are you doing? So what happens? What are you doing? So you will say, Arey Bapre, so what things will come to your mind? Maybe your teacher is angry at you. Maybe you will get afraid. Ki, Maine kya kiya hai? Maybe you will tell nothing I have done or something like. Hai na? So I'm asking, what are you doing? And second is, Udita, what are you doing? Hai na? So now she will say, okay, I have to tell what am I doing. So I will say, okay, nicely, I'm studying currently. I'm studying maths also, and then I plan to go for picnic. So same words spoken in two different way will give a completely different meaning. So that is the power of body language. Now in that many aspects are involved. The first is our eye contact. How our eyes look when we are saying something. So eyes have a great power of expression. For example, एक मस्त वीडियो है, एक बेबी है, तो बेबी के तो आईज विल गिव वेरी गुड एक्सप्रेशन, एकदम आईज आर वेरी एक्सप्रेसिव, तो उनको देख के पता चलेगा तुमको. तो ये एक छोटा बेबी है, बेबी को बोलो दूध पियो बेबी, तो दूध पियो तो कुछ बेबी इज नॉट इम्प्रेस्ड. बियर की बोतल देखो बेबी, लुक एट आई, देखा ना? Have you seen that? So eye power, expression, and eye contact. Now, here are a few points about it, about the eye contact.
An interview is not the time to come over all shy and retiring.
This is an example of not good eye contact. He's not looking at the interviewers.
Folding the arms across your chest or turning
Looking
the shoulders
here and there.
away conveys a nervous, negative, or even aggressive attitude.
Not a good idea.
Keep your eye contact
Not a good idea.
true and steady. But remember to blink. An interview can be intense, so avoid adopting a serious.
No staring at the
stare.
interviewers.
Instead, create an imaginary triangle on your interviewer's face and look within that zone.
Understood now? So what you are supposed to do? Create an imaginary triangle in this area of the person and you look at that. That is the good way to look at the person. Too much of staring is not good. And ऐसे तो देखना बिल्कुल ही not good. Okay? So you must look natural, normal. And this is the part where you should typically look and do not keep on imagining other things.
Try not to drop your gaze below the triangle though.
So do not try to look below the triangle or here and there and keep on imagining stuff. So a natural eye contact, natural look, give a natural look to all the interviewers. That will help you to have a good body language. Got the point about the eye contact? You have to practice this a bit. Now it is different in different societies. In some European societies, staring like that all the time is very common while speaking. But in our Indian society, we don't stare that much. So thoda sa we look. So this is a good idea. Thoda imagine karke bolo. Then sitting posture comes in this body language. कंफर्टेबल जो भी सीट रहेगी आराम से तुम बैठो, ऐसे एकदम एक टांग ऊपर करके कैसे तो, या फिर लाइक नो नीड टू बी अनकंफर्टेबल और अनईजी. ऑन द अदर हैंड एकदम टेबल पे टांग करके ऐसे, दैट शोज अरोगेंस, सो नॉट ए गुड थिंग. तो जो भी चेयर होगी तुम आराम से बैठो. यू शुड बी इन रिलैक्स पोजीशन, यू कैन सिट. तो सिटिंग ऑन द एज, टू टेंस, लाइक एकदम ऐसे अरोगेंट, नॉट ए गुड आइडिया. A few things you should avoid.
The interviewer will show you to your chair. This is the all-important hot seat, and the way you sit conveys a lot of information.
Not a good idea to sit.
Take a moment to position and get comfortable.
तुम इंटरव्यू ले नहीं रहे हो, वो वैसे भी वो फ्रेंड नहीं है तुम्हारे, ये क्या है?
But not too comfortable.
पता नहीं कहाँ से जाके अभी टॉयलेट जाके आया लगता है. Style bill, not a good idea. All are avoid.
Look relaxed. It encourages your interviewer to feel at ease in your company. However, no matter how informal the
Again,
discussion,
no.
avoid slouching.
Too much of informality, strictly no.
You're not at home watching the telly now.
Got the point about the sitting posture, eye contact. So far, so good?
Yes.
All of you are okay. क्या रे अथर्व, okay ना? नायशा, अथर्व, ईरा, okay, okay. You, okay, हाँ, ठीक है. Now, the next part in the body language is the movement of our hands and legs. When you are saying something, automatically your hands will move, and such hand movements support what you are saying. It tells the other person about your conviction, whether how much you believe in the thing which you are saying, and therefore natural hand movements are most welcome. For example, this.
Channel nerves into simple.
So he is telling something and his hands are moving naturally. So it is correct thing to have. Unnecessary hand movements create a problem. For example, this. Continuous shaking of the legs, moving the hands. Due to anxiety, it happens.
During the interview, don't transfer your butterflies into reflexes like fidgeting.
So it creates a distraction basically. All the time, tuck, 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 tuk, tuk, movement of our hands
Watching
and
your
legs.
legs form a neat rendition of river dance under the table is one distraction the interviewer doesn't need.
This is one common distraction. Which you should avoid. This is like, ये तो हो गया ना, sorry. So correct use of your hands is like it should
Being
go with the
physically
flow.
expressive as you speak shows confidence in what you're saying. Use your hands to roll out answers or give shape to your ideas. That's it. The interviewers think you know what you're talking about. However, don't exaggerate the gestures.
No need to overuse the
You're
hands.
not breaking moves at the local discotheque.
And no pointing or any
And
gestures like that.
Pointing.
Strictly no.
Instead, motion with your hands palm up, as this signifies an offering gesture.
Then due to anxiety, many times we have ऐसे करो, बाल खींचो, ऐसे करो, नाक में डालो. So these are also strictly no. You should avoid that, and you can do that by practice.
Children cover their mouths when they're telling lies.
Never allow your hand to come near your mouth. That is the common rule.
As we get older,
Keep it away.
this subconscious habit turns into
नाक में डालो,
nose
हाथ में
touching,
डालो, strictly prohibited.
cheek brushing, or the tweaking of the tool shed.
Shirt in करो उनके सामने, not a good idea.
If you're stroking the nose, caressing.
While waiting, again body language will come. Wait patiently and आराम से थोड़ा relax रह. No need to get over. So this person is he is waiting for his interview turn. Therefore, he is very anxious. एकदम अरे बाप रे कब मेरा number आएगा? Very tense and hyper, एकदम पूरा sweating.
And you've made the effort to polish your shoes. It's a good start. Your manner and your dress sense certainly say a lot about you, but your body language can
They're
still
not a good body language. Not a good idea. Instead, you sit and relax. And here are a few absolute no.
Doing
No
so
need
will
to
help
act
you
like that
hone
in the
out
interview hall.
habits and prevent clumsy moments.
Yeah.
That is so horrible.
Love it. Great of you guys. Cheers. See you later.
We will not do this also, but just telling.
Well done. You nailed it. Thank
Anyway, so that was about body language. So many points you have considered: looks, first impression, body language, eye contact, hand movements. Now the next part is communication. The main part, question answer part. You will sit and then you will start discussion, or the question answer round will start. Lot of discussion will happen between the interviewers and you. So this all type of communication is verbal. Communication generally has two types, verbal and non-verbal. Now we are discussing the verbal part. The non-verbal is like in form of body language, first impression, looks, which we have discussed just now. In the verbal communication, we are talking about the discussion which is happening. Now, various types of questions are discussed. They will be on different topics. Interviewers will try to judge you and fine-tune their judgment about you. How good you are at particular thing, about your knowledge base, about the depth in the topic of which you are telling you are interested in, your awareness about surrounding, your capacity to think, and so other whatever other aspects which they can find. What you do in adverse situations or in bad situations. So these are the typical things which the interviewer will try to observe. Generally, out of the so many questions which will get exchanged between the interviewer and you, we can generally divide this question in two parts. One is generic questions and another is specific questions. Two types generally, generic and specific. Now, generic questions are like interviewer actually wants to know more about you. He doesn't know you. He has not got too much of time to be do friendship with you, and then you will start talking. So what he will do is try to tell you some questions so that it helps the interviewer to know you. For example, you people want to participate. Anybody wants to participate as a volunteer? Chalo. Arya is there. Chalo. So Arya. So suppose Arya is a candidate, and we are interviewers. Okay. So Arya, can you tell me something about yourself?
I am from class 6A from the school called Arya Vidya Mandir Bandrais. I like science, specifically physics.
Next, who are Ira was there? Ira, can you tell me about your hobbies?
I usually love to learn about space, and I do believe in aliens and many of the galaxies. I want to find about these galaxies, and I love drawings.
Okay. Nivedita is there. Nivedita, what do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I like reading books, specifically romance and thriller books. I also like exploring news about science, and I tend to keep myself updated about current affairs.
So these type of questions are generic questions. Like, tell me about yourself. What are your hobbies? Which books you have read? What do you do in your free time? These all questions are generic questions. There are no marks for it. There is no right or wrong about it. For example, if I ask you, what are your hobbies? And you tell reading, okay, 100 marks. Cycling, 0 marks. Not like that. So generic questions may answer directly does not catch any weightage. Why the interviewers will ask a generic question is because it will give opportunity for the interviewers to further judge you, and your answer will indicate some aspects of your personality. For example, what is your approach towards your life? For example, if I tell the question was like Gudita asked one question to Ira or Nivedita, what do you do in your free time? So she will tell, okay, I read, I try to find out things, I try to do something. Or somebody may say, I try to go and take a walk, I try to meet my friends. It reveals various aspects of your person. Somebody say, no, I just sit like at my home and I get bored. So there are various aspects. Good or bad is a different thing. But such aspects will come out when you tell the answer to a generic question. It will also tell some skills, depth of your knowledge, exactness, your reasonability, and therefore the generic questions are asked. So generic questions are in general useful to know more about that particular candidate. For example, suppose we are conducting a trial. So suppose I am the interviewer, Udita is the candidate. Hello,
Hello, sir.
So can you tell me about that hobby toy which you have made in the school vacation?
Yes, sir. We wanted to make a game which can be played in the Hogwarts castle. Now the castle is not flat, so normal board was not okay for us. So we wanted a three-dimensional thing. So what we did is there is one stool in our house. So using that we made a Hogwarts castle.
Stool means how big?
Maybe around 4 feet or so. I am not sure. Maybe my shoulder height. So what we did is the legs of the stool we used, and we used L-shaped pieces like this, which we stuck to the legs of the stool, and between these two we fixed wooden planks. So I had a big wooden sheet. Out of that we cut out like rectangular planks, and that we could fix with a screw and nut kind of arrangement.
What that sheet was about?
Plywood only.
Which
It
company
was-
plywood?
Sir, I don't remember the company, but it was like half-inch only, chapta kind of plywood, so that I could cut it easily with the saw which I had. And then the nut bolt could be removed easily, so that when somebody else in the family wants the stool, I can remove my sheets and give them the stool for you.
So one typical conservation which may happen in any of the interview. So first question which was asked, tell me about your project, about your toy which you have made, is a generic question. Now generic question is a good opportunity for you to go on telling about positive side. So she started saying, okay, I did this, I did that, I read about Harry Potter, then I wanted to make a castle, so I used a big stool, I wanted a 3D model, not a 2D thing which has to be drawn on the board. So the things which she was done, good opportunity for her, she got to explain it. Now when I was asking, when the answer was there for the generic question, you would have observed that somewhere in between automatically specific few more questions will come. Like she started saying that, okay, we used a stool and made a 3D model. Now I don't know anything about her model. I have no idea whether the project is this much, the toy, or this much, or a big gigantic this much toy. So I will ask a specific question. What was the height of the stool? So she told something like, now she was not knowing the exact answer. So she told, no, something up to my shoulder height or so. That will still give me a fairly good idea. And then she started saying, okay, I used some wooden plank, I cut it. And then also I wanted to know whether she really has done that. So I tried asking, like, what was the type of cardboard you use, which company cardboard you have purchased. So the thing is, based on my knowledge which I have, I will try to judge more as she is describing me by asking specific questions. And therefore, the two category of questions are different, the generic one and the specific one. Now, for the specific questions, I generally used to check the knowledge depth or the truthfulness. Now, I don't know whether she's really used the stool and put and built the whole thing or just faking like that. So this question will give me a very good hint. Like she told, no, this much ply was there, I cut it and then I use it. I got a fairly good idea that, ye to isne banaya hoga. So to get this idea, such specific questions are asked. Now, for the generic questions, you should take full advantage of that and go on describing good things which you want to talk about. Maybe explain about yourself or tell about your hobbies. You go on telling all the good things you want to tell about it. But when the specific question is asked, the specific question you should try to answer and continue with the flow. For example, when she was telling me, like I used a stool to build my whole game, I asked in between, how tall was your stool? So you just don't tell 3 foot 5 inches, because that number does not mean anything to me. It's not that 3 foot 5 inches, okay, 100 marks. 3 foot 6 inches, 0 marks. Not like that. So you answer that up to your capacity and proceed. Aage jao, aage bolte jao. That is what I want more about. So specific question, answer and go ahead. Now, if you really know the correct answer, you give. If you don't know, you give approximate. Like she said, no, I don't know the height. Who measures height of the stool in your house? She gave a good estimate, ki, up to maybe my shoulder height. That is also good. I got an idea. Okay, itna bada to hai zameen se. Then, if you really don't know, then just say I don't know and bypass it. Go proceed to your. See, it's not your duty that you should know each and everything. I ask her which company plywood do you purchase. It's not her duty that everything she should remember and know. ऐसा कोई प्लाईवुड लेने जाके कंपनी थोड़ी ना देखेगा, देखेगा तो यू विल टेल, बट मेनी टाइम्स यू डोंट डू दैट. रबर बॉल फॉर एग्जांपल, रबर बॉल बाजार से लेते हो क्रिकेट खेलने के लिए, कौन से कंपनी का देखते हो? नहीं देखते हो. बट इफ यू हैव ए कार एट योर हाउस, देन यू नो द कंपनी, मारुति सुजुकी का है, होंडा का है, महिंद्रा का है, टाटा का है. So if you know the answer, well, tell. If you don't know, you can tell approximate and then proceed. If you don't know, say I don't know and then proceed. No need to feel अरे ये आंसर तो मुझे नहीं है, वो तो क्वेश्चन ही फालतू होगा. ऐसा थोड़ी कि हर एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर हर एक जन को. So that is about specific question. One point for you to remember about specific question is, even if you are good at elocution, do not keep on throwing mediocre sentences. Like for example, I asked her, which company plywood did you use? Now she was not knowing it. So she said, no, I have no idea which company. But, and then you continue with the flow, but do not keep on throwing. No, there are many companies which make many types of plywoods and we have to go to buy a market, and then different companies are there and different costs are there. And we have to select a good company, and so do not say like, you don't know, say, I don't know. Bas, khatam. Got the point? So specific questions hue and generic questions hue. Have you understood this categorization and how to use them and the purpose of them? More or less understood. Very good. Now, when this all communication is happening, it is called verbal communication. So we will take a small break from this question part and discuss some part about the verbal communication. This is applicable to all the things which you are talking. Now, first is like, when you are speaking, it is your duty that the other person will understand it. So your volume should be sufficiently loud. If they ask you, repeat again, please tell loudly, you take a hint and then start shouting. Tell extra loud, but do not be shy and, oh, I want to say. Don't do that. It's very irritating. It is your duty that they will be able to hear you. So loudness and audibly. Second is this second point. Say, abhi thoda try marta hu. I will try to tell you. Suppose I start explaining all the different aspects of interview skills, then it will take a very long time to explain. Don't be so slow. Speed matters a lot. Got the point? Now the speed at which you talk depends upon with whom you are speaking to. If you are giving a public speech to average people, then you speak slowly. Okay, today we are here to understand various aspects of interview. We want to know about different skills. This is okay. But when you go for personal interview and when you are talking with intelligent people, slow speed, not good. Slightly fast speed, good. Jada fast is also good. Like you can say like that. I have a science kit box, for example. I'm telling you, this is a science kit which we make. You will ask, what is there in the kit? I will tell, see, many things. It has got test tube holder, different chemical, lens, mirror, prism, beaker, measuring cylinder, magnet, litmus paper, gauge paper, thermometer, pendulum. You can do many experiments. Make your carbon dioxide gas, do litmus testing, make ammonia gas, test the pendulum thing, make your freezing mixture, thermometer, check the boiling point. So many things you can do. Now I am fast, very fast, but still it is okay. For the intelligent class communication, fast speed is okay, but slow speed is not okay. I should not tell you, see, it has got many things. Test tube, uska holder, different chemical, then you will get bored. Kya bata, jaldi bata na kya hai? So speed matters a lot. Slightly fast, good. Slow, not good. Got the point? ये स्लो स्पीड कब काम में आते बोलते हो? आस्था चैनल देखा है कभी टीवी पे? सो ऐसा मतलब अच्छा चैनल होता है, तो भगवान की स्टोरी वगैरह सुनाएंगे तुमको. तो पीछे ऐसा तानपुरा टिंग 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 चलता रहेगा एंड देन दैट पर्सन विल कम एंड ही विल से ओके, तो कृष्ण भगवान ने कहा था कि ये करो. तो तुमको बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, मतलब वो सुन के अच्छा भी लगेगा एंड तुमको एक बड़ा ऐसे तुम एकदम एक ऐसे एकदम मस्त माइंड में चले जाओ. बट दैट इज नॉट व्हाट यू वांट टू डू इन इंटरव्यू, सो डोंट डू दैट. Slightly fast. Speed, got a point about the speed? What point I want to make? Okay. Next is emotion, tone and enthusiasm. So एकदम third party में answer देना. Science kit has got different things like lens is there, mirror, ऐसे मत बोलो. Show your emotion. हम लोग जो होते हैं कुछ खुद का कुछ emotion होता है कि नहीं involved. तो with the speech should come with emotion. Now powerful and inspiring speech is a whole together different. तुमको दो एग्जाम्पल दिखा. ये एक अपने पीएम मोदी जी का ही स्पीच है. मैं उनका बड़ा फैन हुआ, रियली, जोक नहीं मार रहा हूँ. ये लो, he has given this speech. Now listen to the speech first and then we'll discuss. छोटा सा स्पीच है 1 मिनट का, उतना टुकड़ा.
हमने कहा स्कूल में टॉयलेट बनाना है, उसमें भी गर्ल चाइल्ड के लिए टॉयलेट बनाना है. लोगों को लगता है यार प्रधानमंत्री का काम होता है ये क्या, लेकिन ये थोड़ा अलग सा प्रधानमंत्री.
देख रहा है ना,
औरों को जो बनाना हो बना दें, मुझे तो ऐसे छोटे छोटे काम कर. और बूंद बूंद से जैसे सरोवर भर जाता है, छोटे छोटे कामों से हिंदुस्तान की सकल सूरत बदल जाएगी, ये मेरा विश्वास है.
देखा कि नहीं, इंस्पायरिंग स्पीच. तो forget about what he is saying, but the way he is able to see, he is really a study case. Like the people who want to talk should study his speeches and find out the point, what exactly he is doing to make it so powerful. So the body language, the eye contact, the way he delivers the speech, and then what he is saying. So really a very powerful and inspiring. अब ये दूसरा, इससे पहला भी एक प्राइम मिनिस्टर था, तुमको नाम मालूम नहीं रहेगा, उसका नाम था मनमोहन सिंह. तो नाम मालूम नहीं क्योंकि वो कभी ऐसा बिहेव ही नहीं किया कि वो पीएम है. तो उसका स्पीच सुनाता हूं तुमको एक, ये लो.
11 महीनों में मोदी जी ने देश के लोगों को और खासकर किसानों को कई सबक दिखाए, लेकिन हकीकत ये है कि इनकी किसान विरोधी नीतियों का अब भारत के किसानों, भारत के मजदूरों को सही सही अर्थ मिल गया है.
लोग जा रहे, देखो. So the point is, forget about what he is saying, but ये ऐसा बोल, the way he is saying it, तो you will first say कि क्या बोल रहा है ये. That is what will be your intention. क्या बड़बड़ा रहे हैं, मतलब एक तो पहले तो is not looking at the crowd. भारत को ये like खुद से बोल रहा है कि पुतले के अंदर स्पीकर लगा के वॉल्यूम से आवाज कंट्रोल. So something like that is looking like. So absolutely useless example of speech. So now how to do this is a different issue. I will suggest one thing. खुद ऐसे मिरर के सामने एक जोरदार स्पीच बायड करके करो, सामने कैमरा है, खुद को रिकॉर्ड करो, okay, and see your speech 2-3 times and then see what happens, and then try to make a change and then give one more speech and see whether there is any difference. That is the way you can try to mold yourself and try to be a better speaker. Everybody will not be able to be the way Modi ji speaks, but you will be able to make some improvement. तो जरूर तुमको ये करना चाहिए. So that is about speaking again. And then too much of you should remove by practice. Some amount of and it natural. Like when I am also speaking, like it is not that everything I have by hearted. Okay, so many points. Pura 1.5 hour ka speech I am giving with so many points involved and so many things I have to show. Now I also don't know what next exactly I have to speak. So thoda sa okay. So now we want to discuss this. This is okay. But now we will discuss next 3 points. We will discuss some of interview skills. First skill is face impression. Next body language. So then it becomes too much. So you do practice and get rid of that. Got the point? So
Yes.
again, you record a speech and see how many times you do. It is common. And then see how many times you say it. If you feel that there are too many, then you have to practice. If there are few, 1 or 2 which support what you are saying, mute karo. Yeah. So again, continuing. So now the main part of the again. So generic question, specific question. But then various other types of questions will be asked, and the interviewers will try to fine tune the judgment. When you came and when first you have made a judgment, and most of the time they will keep on discussing and fine tune it. They will ask a question and say, "Ha, okay, so he is little bit better." Then they will ask, no, in this aspect, not that very good. And then again, in this aspect is good, not good, good, not good, better, very good, not good. So that keeps on happening. So fine tuning. Now, various types of questions will be asked to check your understanding, knowledge depth, some opinion based questions, some awareness based about your future plans, some unexpected questions, questions after questions, so many things. While talking, logic is most important. So try to be reasonable. Sense hona चाहिए, ऐसे ही बात करनी है, ठीक है. इफ आई स्टार्ट सेइंग टू गेट गुड मार्क्स इन होमी बाबा एग्जाम ड्रिंक हाफ लीटर कोका कोला एवरी डे, बोलेगे ये तो क्या मतलब, ये तो एकदम रिलेशन क्या है दोनों का. तो ये तो राहुल गांधी हो गया. Have you heard how he speaks? He speaks like that. What is India? India is like states in which the energy is flowing through communication and you have to harvest the energy and then you have to grow up. बोले क्या, एक वर्ड का दूसरे वर्ड से कोई लेना देना ही नहीं. That is the way he keeps on giving whole of the speech. So don't do like that. We want to be reasonable. Be reasonable. That is the first thing. Even if तुमको कुछ मालूम नहीं है, सब बकवास बोल रहे, फिर भी reasonable बोलो. ये तो पहला चीज. Then use the given opportunity to tell good things about you. That we already discussed. Be polite and tell little bit extra. That way the examiner also does not have a list of questions. He also feels good. Okay. He also you will help him to ask something more. तो जितना पूछा है उतना वन वर्ड का आंसर दे के चुपचाप मत बैठो, ये इतना काम करो थोड़ा सा. प्रिपेयर लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स विच यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट. वो खुद के माइंड में पहले से कि ओके दिस चैप्टर आई एम स्ट्रांग, मेटल्स नॉन मेटल्स, आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट. दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट आई हैव डन इन स्कूल, आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट. दिस टॉय आई हैव मेड एट माय होम, आई वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट. Gully cricket, I got first rank in Chamcha Limbu Shariyat. I want to talk about it. Okay, it's up to you. Whether it is relevant or not is different issue. But you make a list in your, and then given a chance, you try to talk about that. That will help you to present better. Now, various questions. While answering few points, these points are applicable to all answers. Accurate, precise statements will add value. Include data number will add value. Present logic topic in a logical way, very good. It will add value. No need to pretend. Powerful statements good. Mediocre things you should avoid. This is all you should try to do. We will try to give an example. Okay. So suppose I am a candidate and who is going to conduct my interview? Sanjita. Sanjita, do you want to conduct? No.
Satyaj wants to.
Satyaj want to conduct. Satyaj, suppose you are the interviewer.
Yes,
don't
sir.
be very happy. You have to conduct the interview the way I am telling you.
Yes.
So I am the candidate and Satyaj is the interviewer. Okay. So Satyaj, you have to ask me to tell me about your hobbies and interests. That is what you are supposed to ask me. Okay. What you are supposed to ask me?
Tell me about your hobbies and
So
interests.
now I am the candidate. I have come. So I will say, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Can you please tell me about some of your hobbies or interests in studies or anything?
So Satyaj is really very good interview. Yeah. So he has asked me a question and now I am answering. Satyaj, and you have to pay attention to my answer also. It's not about your performance. You have to judge me. Okay.
Yes.
So I will tell. Bird watching is my hobby. I have visited a sanctuary called Bharatpur Sanctuary in Rajasthan, which is also called Kevledev National Park. And there I was able to see many birds, around 350 different species of birds I was able to see. And in that there were some migratory birds, some local birds. There was a bird called Brahmi duck, which I like the most, and it was my favorite. It has got a very beautiful white and brown color. Its wingspan is around 1 meter or slightly more. It weighs around 2 to 3 kilograms, and their breeding season is typically December. The female birds lay eggs, around 2 or 3 eggs at a time, and the eggs are slightly bigger than the normal poultry eggs or the normal eggs which you find. And this bird it lives near water bodies, a lake or a pond, and it tries to eat fish or insects. That is the life. Satyaj, how was my speech?
Your speech was very nice.
Good.
It informed me all about the bird and about your interests.
Wow, thank you, Satyaj. Now one more demo we'll do. Now I will again answer the same thing. Satyaj now will ask me same question and I will again answer the same thing. What is your hobby? You have to tell me the difference. First Satyaj will tell and the remaining people will also get a chance. So again, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. What do I say? Good morning. Can you tell me about your hobbies and interests, please?
Yes. Bird watching is my hobby. I have visited many places. I have observed many birds, and some birds are small and some are big, and birds can fly sometimes. And in Mumbai, there are no birds basically. Because of pollution, there are no birds, and we should protect our environment. And I like birds. So same question I have tried to answer in two ways. Now, as an interviewer, Satyaj will first give comments which answer, first answer and second answer, which one was better and why it was better, or what was better and what was bad. Okay. And then you people also can make small comments quickly. Yeah, Satyaj.
Yes. So the first interview told accurately about your interests and scrupulously told me about what are your interests and how you are explaining the way is perfect. And the second interview, well, it was a bit inaccurate. It didn't have proper statements, which, they are quite non-self-explanatory. And that's why I felt a little off on the topic when you explained with the second one. Second one, there is a lot of drift in topic, and there are a lot of false or fake news that pollution, because of pollution, there are no birds in Mumbai.
That is very correctly pointed out. Anybody else want to add anything? Very nicely.
So your first interview, it showed that you were confident, that you had read about the topic in detail. But your second interview, it lacked that confidence and that conviction.
Read what? I went over there physically with the train.
You are well informed about the topic.
So I think that your
second you meant to say,
second,
second may it feels like I am just reading and then telling.
Yes, sir.
Well, the second one felt like you weren't sure about everything. It just you were saying whatever randomly came into your mind. But the first one, it was more structured. Because what happens is it explains what are your hobbies and what you actually like.
That also makes sense. Tell Ray, you, Ojas and Shubhankar, quickly. Want to say anything?
Yes, sir. Sir, so in the second one, you were like saying anything, it came in your mind. And in the first one, you were well informed and you had gathered information. Like you went to the national park, you gathered exact numbers. And in the second one, you also started saying and you said that there are no birds in Mumbai because of pollution, like lack of information.
Bolo Ray, jaldi, quickly, very quickly. And anybody else want? Very quickly. Now on you.
I think that in the second one you sounded confused, whereas in the first one you were more confident.
Very correct. So many of you have pointed out many points and very correct. In the first one, there were names and numbers. I have seen so many species. It's called Available National Park. It showed my efforts. I have observed. I have seen. There was some emotional environment. My favorite bird is so and so. There was some study I have made. The knowledge depth. Breeding season is December. Females lay too many eggs. There was some understanding that the eggs are slightly bigger than the normal egg. So overall, it was the first one was good. And second was like lot many mediocre sentences. Some birds are small and some are big. Now, what kind of data is that? Everybody knows some are small and some are big. There were illogical and Pappu style statements. Due to pollution, there are no birds in Mumbai. Now, iska kya lena dena dono ka? And then there were some statement like we should protect our environment. Uska bhi kya lena dena bird watching hobby se. And there were a lot of so very correctly you people have pointed out. So my point is try to make speeches like the first one. Got the point? Convinced? Okay. Next thing is avoid repetitions. ये महाशय एक इंटरव्यू देने के लिए गए थे. ये मेरे मन का नहीं है. टीवी पे, यूट्यूब पे अभी भी है. Arnav Goswami worked for Times Now. That time he conducted this very hyped interview 2014. तुम अभी भी जाके देख सकते. In that he said system 73 times, woman empowerment 18 times, RTS 32 times. Kuch bhi pucho, I want to improve the system. System should be improved. System should be very nice. I need to improve the system. System has to be thought at this level and then at this level and abhi kya lena dena hai this level ka. But same way we'll keep on talking. Are you woman empowerment? I want to empower woman. Woman should be empowered. I want to empower woman. Means what? Nothing. But go on talking. So avoid repetition. That is the first point. Avoid irrelevant answers. In the same interview, question was, are you afraid of losing elections to Narendra Modi? What Rahul wants to do is empower women. So wow. तो मतलब आगे बोलती ही बंद हो गया. अभी क्या? What will you say? इसके आगे. So now even though it has got some irritating and nuisance value and powerful in a way, so not to be used in interview in any way, in a constructive way. For example, वैसे करके देखोगे तो पता है ना तुमको. There is nothing you can say. You say something, so they'll say, "Kya mean?" So in our society, there was one boy. He used to do like that. तो उसको कुछ भी बोलो कि जा रे बॉल लेके आ. तो बॉल लेके आया तो विल से ऐसे आई यूज्ड टू गेट सो इरिटेटेड, क्या है, नहीं लेने का तो मत बोलना, मैं नहीं लेके आऊंगा बोल, तू खुद जाके ये कुछ बोल, या फिर जाके लेके आता हूँ बोल, इज लाइक टेरिबल, तो यू विल जस्ट गेट इरिटेटेड एंड यू रियली डोंट नो व्हाट टू से. सो एट अ टाइम इट इज वेरी पावरफुल टू इरिटेट. यू शुड नॉट यूज इट अगेंस्ट योर पेरेंट्स. ओके, पहले ही बोल रहा हूँ, वरना तो एक फटका लगेगा तुमको ऐसे करोगे तो. सुबह उठ के क्या रे ये सब काम नहीं किया, तो बोले एक काम नहीं बजा, फिर सब तुम्हारा बाहर आएगा, समझे. तो डोंट डू दैट एवर, just telling you. So very irritating and powerful nuisance making tool. Anyway, next is while talking about your work, describe, automatically some involvement will come. If you have done something, you have read a book, you are doing a particular thing, you are playing a game, your involvement should come, है ना. वो ऐसे, so for example, suppose I have gone to picnic and you people are asking me, okay, so what you have seen in your trip. So I will say I have gone to trip at Madhya Pradesh for 14 days. We went with a car. I was driving the car and it was very nice. I saw many places. Panchmadi was a great place. Like then there was Jabalpur where all marble rocks are there, extremely beautiful. And then there was a place called Ujjain where you have a Jyotirlinga called Mahakaleshwar. And then it is also very beautifully done. And the temple is also really amazing. And then I saw a city called Bhopal, and then there was a very nice zoo and a place to eat food. And so here, like, it's not that very great thing I'm telling, but my involvement is visible. Got the point? Whereas if I start telling a trip was planned to Madhya Pradesh and various things were seen, and there is a place called Panchamadi where it is a cold place and it is very nice weather, and then there is a Bhedaghat and Duadar Fall where marble rocks are there. तो तुम बोले अरे तू खुद गया है या ऐसे ही, मतलब ऐसे मार्बल रॉक्स आर देयर, मतलब ऐसे मत बोल जैसे काउडंग के पर्वत है ऐसे क्यों, मार्बल रॉक्स आर देयर तो एक अलग टाइप होता है कि नहीं बोलने में. रोज उठ के तुम मार्बल रॉक्स देखते हो क्या, ऐसे पूरे पहाड़ नहीं देखते हो, तो कुछ तो तुमने नया देखा है ना वहां पे. तो कुछ सम इन्वॉल्वमेंट विल बी देयर एंड दैट मस्ट कम व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट योर वर्क. गॉट अ पॉइंट? And then about your work, you can take some approximations. I went for one interview for Godrej. उसके बाद sorry, second one for TCS. Okay, TCS is a software company. I did production engineering. तो I wanted to be in teaching only anyway. तो मेरा क्या जाता है, तो I thought अभी कुछ तो करना है, तो कि चलो सब लोग सॉफ्टवेयर करते तो खुद मैं भी जाता हूँ. तो like that I went. तो that person said कि वहां पे उसने बोला कि क्या क्या तुमने किया है. तो आई सेड कि देखो हमने एक रोबो कंपटीशन में पार्ट लिया था. आई मेड अ रोबो मतलब क्या बताता हूँ, ऐसा कुछ एकदम बड़ा एक्सपेक्ट मत करो. एक छोटा सा मशीन एंड उसका ओनली काम इट विल डू इज लाइक देयर इज ए बोर्ड, सो इट विल गो एंड हिट अ प्लेट एंड पुट 5 marbles in a ball, in a glass, only that much. But we had done very nice circuit, 4 relay circuit for that, and then there were 2 what do you say, CD-ROM का drive होता है ना, that we had used. So एक के ऊपर एक, तो first CD-ROM will operate, it will come out, then second, and then it will put. So I had a very nice time explaining that. And to drive the whole thing, actually we had used motors, and then 2 big gigantic motors were there. So he said, what is the RPM of the motor? मुझे तो कुछ याद नहीं था, तो मैंने बोला 12 RPM. तो बोले 12 मतलब like, तो see, now in such case, now when I am the one who is working on that, I am the one who is authority. No, actually it was 18. Okay, but no need to tell sorry sir, I don't remember. अबे उसको क्या मालूम तुमने क्या काम किया लाइफ में, है कि नहीं. तो as long as you are reasonably telling it, you are authority on that. तो you can tell it बिंदास से एकदम, क्यों उसको क्या मालूम, तुमको मालूम है that, but you should be reasonable. If you tell 4936, तो पक्का पेग मार. It is impossible to control such a kind of a toy with such a high RPM motor. You have to have a gearbox in that case. So as long as you are reasonable, you can take your privilege and then explain when you are talking about your work. But you will be able to do that if you have revised it in your mind. तो अगर तुमने खुद से कुछ प्लान किया है, फिर when I was in school ना, in 9th standard I had planned a trip for my family to Lonavala. So now it looks very small thing, but that time it was a big achievement for me. First call a hotel, find it out how it looks like, then ask somebody whether it is good, how much time I will take, arrange a bus, arrange the accommodation, take some things which are required, ask your family members, will you like that, what will you like, what will you need, what food will be available, and then take them over there, talk to the people, approve the budget from my parents, because I was in school, so I have to ask my parents every time, itna kharcha hai okay ki nahi okay. So this was a big achievement for me. And now if I revise it, ye maine kiya tha, ye maine kiya tha, ye maine kiya tha, this search I have done, this I have chosen, then I will be able to explain it better. So if you have done anything at your own house building, घर साफ भी किया रहेगा तो भी चलेगा, जो भी तुमने किया है, which you feel हाँ मैंने कुछ किया, तुम एक रिवाइज करो and then you will be able to present it better. So while talking, maintain the flow, keep some areas open for some discussion. इसका अभी now we are almost at the end. थोड़ा सा can we, I had planned it for around 1 hour 30 minutes. Can we extend it for 10-15 minutes? Is okay? Okay for you people? ना तो ये थोड़ा part बताता हूँ end का. Yeah. So the point is, suppose a question is given to you, a generic question. Say, what do you like in science? So I can say chemistry. But it's not really very good thing, because then the next person should ask, okay, in chemistry what? Okay, so you are irritating the interviewer anyway. Instead, you be supportive. How can I be supportive? So let us say, instead of saying that, now again demo will do. Okay, abhi kaun hai puchega interviewer? Rushabh, Rushabh is the interviewer. Rushabh, and I am the candidate. So Rushabh is going to ask me what I like in science. Okay. So good morning, sir. Rushabh, are you there? No, he's not there.
Sir, am I audible?
Ask. You have to ask me
Sir,
the
am
question.
I audible?
Yes.
Good morning. What do you like in science?
Chemistry. Ask. Whatever you feel. You want to judge me?
What do you like in chemistry?
All I like in chemistry. Have you seen what is happening? I'm not allowing him to judge. I'm not telling only कि मुझे next क्या पूछो, वो बेचारा क्या करेगा? What do you like? उसने दूसरा पूछा, मैंने बोला everything. तो वो पूछेगा everything में क्या? कुछ तो बताओ, है कि नहीं? Now instead I will modify my answer, okay? And then you people have to tell me what next questions you would like to ask. Rushabh will also tell, and you people will also tell. Sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Would you like me to tell me what do you like? What is in science?
In science, I like chemistry. In that, I like chapters like acids and base. I also like metals and non-metals. I have studied atomic chemistry, and I have studied it very nicely. I also like to study biology, and I like to study about human systems. So now you have to tell me what next question comes to your mind.
Sir, I would ask something like, so what do you like most in the human system?
What you people will ask? What questions come to your mind?
Sir.
Dekho, no interviewer will sit with questions. Question number 1, what do you like in science? Okay. How many runs Sachin Tendulkar scored in the third match against Australia? Okay. What are the colors in the flag of India? Nobody will do that. It is based on what? Many times it is conversation. So when I give some topics like, maybe it will come to your mind कि okay, चलो इसको acid base के बारे में पूछते हैं. When I say I have studied about acid base, I have studied about metal, non-metal, I have studied about chemistry. You may like to ask something about that. You may like to ask some, if I am telling, okay, I like to study about human system, you may like to ask, okay, what is respiratory system? How our body how our body does process of digestion. So the point is, based on my questions, you will get some clues. Abhi one more time I will try to do that. Okay? Same question. So again, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Would you like to tell me about which subject do you like in science?
In science, I like chemistry, and especially in that, I like to do experiments. I have got this very beautiful kit just given to me by my very good sir, Rahul sir. May not be me, okay? And in that, I have got a lot of useful material like this. And in that, there is a litmus paper. And I like to do experiments with the litmus paper. So I have tested various things at my house and different solutions. So now what kind of experiments, what kind of questions come to your mind?
What all have you tested with litmus paper?
Which experiments have you done? What other things are there in the kit? How did you get the kit?
Who is that great Rahul sir who has given you the kit? Anyway, that is not the question. What else? You may ask which solutions you have tested. You may ask, like, if I test hydrochloric acid, what will be the color of litmus? You will ask me, have you seen pH paper? You will ask me, have you tested the tears? If I say yes, then you will say how you gathered the tears. So for that, I have to cry. And then you will say, no, I was not crying. I made my small sister cry. How? By teasing her and troubling her a lot. Then she started crying, and then I collected the tears and measure. Wow, that means a fantastic experimenter. That is a different issue altogether. But these so many questions will come to your mind because I am telling you, giving you clues about it. Are you getting the point? Now, one more time, I will try to do the same thing. You have to see in your mind what kind of questions you will like to ask next. Okay. So again, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Would you like to tell me anything you like in science?
In science, I like chemistry, and in that I like to do experiments. To do the experiment, I have made my own litmus paper with the help of red cabbage. The procedure is, first you have to purchase a red cabbage and you have to boil it into water for around 20 minutes, and you have to take a filter paper, dip it into that solution and make it dry, and it works like a litmus paper. Now see what answer I am giving. Now what question comes to your mind? Now you will not like to ask me, okay, tell me about law of reflection of light.
Sir, why did you use filter paper?
What color did you get?
What color do you get for acid?
Very fine, perfect.
Have
So
you tried using any other materials to make these indicators?
perhaps you are curious now to know and grill me about how I made the litmus, from where I did got that recipe to use red cabbage, and why red cabbage. Instead of that, can I use anything else? And when I boil it and I get it, really does it work like a normal litmus paper? What is its color change when I put it in acid and base? So I have shifted your attention from chemistry to few topics, acids and base, to experiments about science kit on litmus paper, to my recipe of making the red litmus paper. Have you understood what am I doing in my answers? So what I am doing is, every time when I am using the question which Rushabh is asking me, what do you like in science? And I am trying to guide you to a particular topic and inviting questions on that particular topic more and more.
And every time he is trying to tell whatever he wants to tell. At home, he already knows that this is the topic I am good at and this is what I want to tell. So whatever question comes, he will guide it and make it in such a way that he will be able to tell what he is good at. That is what you want to do, right? You want to tell the things which you are good at.
The art of guided interview. You guide the interviewer what next questions you want. Got a point? Now it is totally different scenario. Otherwise, what you will do, you will say it like that and you will face the questions and try to answer it. The art of guided interview is you try to guide the interviewer where you want next questions on, and then since you are strong in that, you have a good time in the interview.
So that more part of your, suppose 15 minutes ka interview hai, so more part of the interview you will be talking about the things you want the questions.
Now we will push it to extreme. One more time, same question. Now I will try to push it really to the extreme. So again, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Would you like to tell me about what you like in science?
Yeah, in science, I like chemistry. And about chemistry, I have made a litmus paper and it is made from red cabbage. Generally, the red cabbages are of 4 types. And we can get cabbage in Maharashtra near Nashik and near Latur area. These are the 2 places. Generally, the harvest of the cabbage happens in February and March. Each cabbage is of a size of around 800 grams to 1 kilogram. Red cabbage typically requires urea as a fertilizer. And farming red cabbage is quite easy and it takes around 4 months. Now, what I have done is I have pushed it too much away from science and Homi Baba interview, and perhaps I am inviting questions on cabbage farming. Now, if you do that, it is still art of guided, still you are guiding the interviewer, but the interviewer may feel that it is too much of the topic and you will say, okay, very good of you and about your red cabbage farming, but can you tell me which topics you like in science? Got a point? This is what will happen. It is also correct thing. You try your best. If he is impressed, very good. If he feels you are too much off the track, he will say, okay, that is all is very nice. But now can you tell me different type of metals? Can you tell me about atomic chemistry? Can you tell me about chemical and physical changes? So he will bring your gadi on the topic. Now you do not be adamant and no, you have to ask me about cabbage farming only. I have given you it. Not like that. Got the point? So that is called art of guided interview. सबको समझ में आया कि
बचपन
नहीं?
में एक वो आइडिया होता था ना, when I was small I was very bad at drawing. So my father was good. So he gave me one idea. He said, I will only teach you to draw an elephant. बाकी कुछ मत सीखो, सिर्फ elephant draw करो. कुछ भी question आए तो elephant is. For example, if the drawing is my dream, so you draw tiny baby and dreaming about elephant and I'm sitting. The topic is like school picnic. So you say school picnic, bada elephant, and everybody has gone for a picnic to the zoo and seeing the big elephant. That is the idea. Whatever.
Anyway, so all of you understood guided interview. Okay, good. Enjoyed, na? All right. So the point was about the guided interview was like this. To summarize this is what I was doing. Answer one was about chemistry. In second answer, I invited questions on this. Third answer, I invited questions upon litmus paper and how I made the litmus paper. Fourth answer, I invited upon cabbage park. So the idea is use non-specific questions to guide the interviewer. Continue with strong talk for some on the preferred topic, and at the end, give a big hint what next topic you want for discussion or your next paper topic. Okay? So if you can practice some aspect of guided interview, then your chances of getting selected will be multiple times increased. If you just sit like that facing the questions, there is a less chance that you will be able to answer everything. Who can answer all the questions on all the topic? Who will study so much? At least I will not, for sure. If you study, okay, then you will anyway get selected. But if you have this kind of approach, then you will always have discussion on the preferred topic and you will end up having good time. Okay, so that you can try. Now, few more different type of questions. Few are about your opinion. For example, who is there now? Satyaj Yoga. Yug is there. Yug, are you there? Want to participate? So Yug, what is your opinion now? In India, there are many electric cars are coming.
Yes.
So rather than petrol cars, there is a promotion for electric cars. So what do you feel? Is it good thing or bad thing?
Sir, bringing up the electric car is a good thing.
You are not visible.
Sir, because if I keep my
Palash, do you want to? He is not visible. Palash, you want to try?
Yes, sir.
Tell, same question. Electric cars, should they be promoted?
Sir, electric cars are both good and bad. If you use them over a certain...
This is a political answer, okay? In opinion, one should not do that. You give
No,
your
sir,
opinion.
scientifically
Both
also.
good and bad मतलब क्या है? तुम्हारा
Sir,
क्या
scientifically
opinion है?
also.
हाँ, बताओ रे.
Sir, unless you use it more than 70,000 kilometers, it is actually not good because the lithium batteries used to charge the cars, also making them produces a lot of pollution.
Samuel, do you want to answer? India is now trying to send a Chandrayaan and a lot of money is required for that. Should we do that or should we use the money to feed the poor? What do you think?
Honestly, I feel that maybe like if the earth gets destroyed or something in some years, so maybe we should just do space travel so that we can increase our infrastructure and move on.
Chandrayaan doesn't have human. It is a man, man rocket.
But still we can start developing and all that.
That is okay. So the point is opinion is opinion. So he told his opinion that in some years like Earth is going to get finished, so we have to go out of space. That is his idea, and therefore we have to go for Chandrayaan. So even if I said that Chandrayaan is without any humans, still he said no, still it is required. So he was able to stick to his opinion and firmly tell his opinion. So that is good. Whether your opinion is correct or not is a different issue. Whether you are able to justify it with your own logic is what will matter. Okay? Political answer, giving a political answer is not a good idea. Like yes, good. No, not good. Feeding poor is also good. Sending the rocket is also good. How both things will be possible? And also you do not come to a gigantic conclusion of putting all the poor people into the rocket and then sending them while feeding them is horrible answer. So don't say something like that. So the point is opinion based answers they should reflect your opinion and your reasoning. Reasoning is must. No need to change the opinion. Examiner बोले क्या रे ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. No sir, उल्टा ऐसे जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है ना? You stick to your opinion. जोर से पूछा तो भी तुम उल्टा ही बोलो. जोर से आंसर तो ऐसा नहीं. आंसर वही टोन में दो. वरना इंटरव्यूअर से क्या you don't want to feed the poor, send a rocket to the moon. So you say yes sir, I feel sending the rocket. जोर से उल्टा जोर से उसके ऊपर मत चिल्लाओ. ठीक है ना? That is about opinion. Good. But nicely you have said, both of you. No need to change opinion for the sake of examiner. Next is about social awareness. Ivyavan, do you know about India? There is some mineral we have found about mining. Are you knowing about that? A discovery is made. No?
No, sir.
Do you have any idea?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
The lithium was found in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes, yes, मत करो. कौन सा है वो कौन बताएगा?
Sir, lithium was found in Jammu and Kashmir.
Very correct. Prathamesh, Avani, both correct. Lithium, Vivek also. Oh, just you told the same thing. I was not able to hear.
Yes, sir.
Oh, lithium was found. So some things about awareness. Are you aware of the things happening around you? There was a G20 meeting happened in Bangalore. Do you know that?
Yes, sir.
World, the
Yes,
main
sir.
countries leaders will come. So awareness. Some questions about awareness, social awareness, about your future plans. Shaurya, what do you want to do in future?
So I want to be a computer engineer,
And then what?
and then I want to work in companies like Google or Firefox.
Good, good. So he is able to tell something. Shubhankar, what do you want to do in future?
Okay. I want to become a neurologist.
Why?
Because it is an interesting thing
What neurologists do, which is interesting?
to operate on people's brains.
My God, you want to operate people's brain for interest. That is horrible. But good. Okay. So the point is like about the future plan, some reasonable plan. Are you able to tell? Yeah. Satyaj, what do you want to do in future?
Sir, I want to become a roboticist in space, or to work
You
upon
will sit in space and do robo. Instead, you sit on Earth and do.
Sir, but it will be fascinating to discover
My
new.
God, but what your wife will do and your kids will do and your parents, will they also be in space with you or will they coolly remain on Earth?
They will be on Earth.
Acha.
Or
So,
if
so that is about like your future plans, about what your parents do, some kind of question. Then there can be Avni, for example. Avni, are you there? Nice to see you.
Sir, it's Anvi.
Hi. Avni, why gold medal should be given to you?
Because I don't think that gold medal should be given to me. If you think I am capable of getting a gold medal, it's okay.
Ira, why gold medal should be given to you?
Sir, so in my family, everyone is doctor. So being a doctor is not.
I said why gold medal should be given to you?
Not your family.
If
Your
you
whole family is not going to get gold medal.
if you think I'm capable, as I studied very hard for coming up to this level, so you can give me medal, or it can be okay.
It can Vedita, why gold medal should be given to you? Want to tell? Vedita, want to try? No.
Yes, because
Tell.
because I think I am capable of it, and I'll be able to
So the idea is unexpected question. Now in the interview, you will expect questions on science, on chemistry, biology, about. But this is unexpected. ऐसे ही कुछ तो question. So you think for a while and give your own answer. Whatever answer you give is not a problem. You can say I am very beautiful and then very nice, and therefore I only the one who deserves gold medal. Who else you are going to give? So that is also okay. Or you can say, as Vidita said, I am very capable. I know how to do. I am very good at science. So I should.
Tell like Anvi also.
Sir, may I?
It's up to you to decide. If you think, then you give. Otherwise, don't give. No problem.
Yeah. But Ira, you should not say my parents have studied a lot and therefore I should get a gold medal. That is not a very good idea. You should tell about you. You can tell due to my good background of my parents, I am also very nice and that all is okay. But mainly you should tell about you. So unexpected. And then questions about questions, go on asking till the time somebody will not be. Prathamesh, for example, which sport do you like?
I like cricket and softball.
What is leg cutter?
Leg cutter is a ball. I don't know more about that, but the ball swings inside the stump. I have heard more about that while listening the commentary of cricket.
Prathamesh,
But
ऐसा नहीं,
I
देखो, this was a specific question. So give specific answer and continue. So no need to give a pep talk. You say, I have no idea about leg cutter. That is okay. My point was not to tell you whether you know leg cutter or not. My point was, I was ready to go on asking questions after questions after question till the time you don't answer. Okay. If you have answered the leg cutter question, I would have asked you something else. I would have asked you what is the length of the pitch. Then I would have asked you what happened in this particular match. Till the time you are not able to answer. And then I wanted to see what do you respond to. Got the point?
Yes,
So
sir.
question after question after question. That was what my point was. So the point is, if it is a specific question at the end, everybody can ask. You also can ask me the questions like that. And within 1 or 2 questions, you will tell, I have to tell, I don't know. So there is no problem about it. You say, I have no idea. Question इतना बकवास था, तो आंसर वैसा ही रहेगा ना. समझे कि नहीं? तो one more type of question. Anyway, so ये सारे type of questions we have discussed. Opinion based, about future plan based, unexpected questions, questions after questions, this all sort of things. Now few points for the students to prepare. एक तो तुम लोग काम करो. Whole thing is about talking more or less. So तुम मिरर के सामने मस्त स्पीच देने की प्रैक्टिस करो. खुद के स्पीच रिकॉर्ड करो मिरर के सामने या फिर मोबाइल के सामने. And then see your speeches and see how you are talking. That will improve you greatly. ये जरूर तुमको करना है. Give small talks in front of people. काका मामा आजू बाजू वाले उनको बोलो मेरा अभी भाषण सुनो. And then give speeches. Tell about yourself. इसका prepare करो. My hobbies and interests. 2 मिनट का. My picnic. The books I have read. Common generic question. मस्त prepare करो. Got the point? Okay. Then if you have done any specific work, मे भी कुछ भी रहेगा. जैसे कि मैंने कारपेंट्री का ड्रॉवर बनाया था, एक घर का वॉल पेंट किया था, वायरिंग का कुछ काम किया था, वॉट एवर यू हैव डन, कंप्यूटर फॉर्मेट किया, वॉट एवर वर्क यू हैव डन, या फिर रूबिक क्यूब सॉल्व करो, या फिर एनीथिंग विच यू फील इज ए गुड अचीवमेंट फॉर यू. यू शुड फील दैट. ओके, फॉरगेट अबाउट अदर्स. दूसरे ने बोला मतलब वो ग्रेट होता है, ऐसा नहीं. तुमको ग्रेट लगना चाहिए, तो तुम वो जरूर प्रिपेयर करो और वो खुद के पास प्रिपेयर रखो. गिवन अ चांस, यू डू टॉक अबाउट. Keep yourself updated about some science events and get more information about your hobbies and interests. For example, abhi tumko, if you want to say that my hobby is playing cricket, I like to play cricket, I love playing cricket, then you try to find some technical details also about cricket. तुम अगर बॉलर हो तो ये जरूर फाइंड आउट करो कि लेग कटर क्या है. अगर नहीं हो तो छोड़ दो. बट इफ यू वांट टू गेट क्रेडिट्स ऑन दैट, देन यू फाइंड इट आउट. कैसा होता है, कहाँ होता है, बाउंसर क्या होता है, रूल्स क्या होते हैं. मेक योरसेल्फ मोर अवेयर. If you want to say that it's your favorite thing, got the point, Prathamesh. If you want to say that it is my favorite thing and want some credit on that, then you try to get all knowledge around that. नहीं तो क्या होगा, you will say I like cricket, but फिर तुम बोलोगे मैं सिर्फ गली में बिल्डिंग में क्रिकेट खेलता हूँ दीवार पे स्टंप ड्रॉ करके 2 फ्रेंड के साथ. So that will not give you any additional credit. It is okay for your health, enjoyment, you do that. But if you do all this, then you will be much better in telling that. Now last few points about confidence and fear. अरे बाप रे, मेरा इंटरव्यू है. होता है कि नहीं, एग्जाम आ गए, एग्जाम फियर, एग्जाम का टेंशन आता है कि नहीं. मोर और लेस सबको आता है. कुछ लोगों को नहीं आता है, बट मोर और लेस आता ही है. तो फियर और टेंशन तो आई विल नॉट टेल. डू नॉट गेट अफ्रेड, डू नॉट हैव फियर, डू नॉट टेक टेंशन. क्योंकि डू नॉट टेक टेंशन बोलना एक नंबर का यूजलेस है. ठीक है ना. जिसको टेंशन आ रहा है उसको जाके टेंशन मत लो ऐसा बोल के क्या फायदा है. वो तो उसको भी मालूम है, फिर भी उसको बेचारे को आ रहा है. तो आई विल नॉट टेल यू नॉट टू टेक टेंशन. ओके, इफ यू वांट टू हैव टेंशन, इफ यू वांट टू हैव फियर, यू कैन एंजॉय दैट डेफिनेटली. आई विल टेल यू few points which will help you to tackle with that. Confidence and fear. First of all, the confident, many people will tell you, no, be confident, go for exam, confident. So that is also totally useless. ऐसे be confident बोल के कोई confident नहीं होता लाइफ में. ठीक है. Confidence will come when you know your job well. Automatically you will be confident. For example, now suppose if you come and tell me, no, tomorrow you have to give a lecture on physics for 10th standard, 9th standard, all 100 students, you have to give a lecture for 3 hours. I will say, okay. Are you confident? Yes. Why? Because I feel I can do that job nicely. Since I know how to do that, automatically I am confident. Now suppose you come to me tomorrow and tomorrow to 20 guests are going to come and tomorrow you have to make 20 jalebis for them. I said, what? I have no confidence at all because I don't know how to make a jalebi. समझे कि नहीं? तो कॉन्फिडेंस में ऐसा नहीं कि बी कॉन्फिडेंट, हाँ बी कॉन्फिडेंट, यस आई विल मेक जिलेबी. क्या यस आई विल मेक? एक जिलेबी बनाने को नहीं आती. कॉन्फिडेंट रह के क्या होने वाला है? बनने वाली है जिलेबी. वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट. तो पर फिर भी क्या आगे? जिलेबी तो नहीं बनने वाली. तो ऐसे फालतू का कॉन्फिडेंट रहना भी नहीं चाहिए. गॉट द पॉइंट? तो टाइगर सामने रहेगा तो आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट. पागल, खाएगा वो टाइगर तुमको? खाएगा कॉन्फिडेंस? तो ऐसा नहीं कॉन्फिडेंस होता. इफ यू नो योर जॉब वेल, ऑटोमेटिकली कॉन्फिडेंस विल कम. इफ यू डोंट, कॉन्फिडेंस शुड नॉट बी देयर. गॉट द पॉइंट? सो व्हेन यू फील कि अरे मुझे, तो यू जस्ट फील कि डू यू हैव एडिक्वेट thing, do you know your job up to a level which you want to, then you automatically will be confident. Otherwise you will anyway will not be. Don't expect also to be. Then fear is also correct. You should have fear. अरे डरो मत. क्या डरो मत? टाइगर है तो डरना ही चाहिए. नहीं नहीं, मैं नहीं डरता हूँ. टाइगर रहे, लायन रहे, नो फियर. ऐसा मत करो. वो पागल बोलते हैं उसको. ठीक है? मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम फियर, लैक ऑफ फियर इज ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ नॉलेज. पता ही नहीं क्यों टाइगर मुझे खाएगा एंड देयरफॉर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि नो फियर. ऐसा नहीं. फियर शुड बी देयर. फियर इज करेक्ट व्हेन यू नो द रीजन एंड ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ फियर, and if you know what harm the other party can do to you. For example, in case of tiger, it can eat you or kill you or make you injured seriously, so you are afraid. It's correct. But if you do not know the reason of fear, and if you do not know what bad will happen to you, then you should not have. It is called fear of unknown. When such fear is there, it's called fear of unknown. I am afraid of something and I don't know the reason of fear. So that is the real trouble. So you try to think about it. If it is fear of unknown, then it is not justified. Try to get rid of that. I will tell you one point about this. It is not your duty to satisfy, impress, obey each and everyone on earth. समझे? सारे जो टीचर, एक टीचर बोलेगी हाँ ये करो, वो करो, ये भी करो, जर्मन सीखो, जापानी सीखो, होमवर्क करो, प्रोजेक्ट करो, ऐसा भी करो, कॉम्पिटिटिव. बोलने में क्या जाता है? Everybody will say like that. It's not your duty to do everything. Listen to your parents. उतना पहले काम करो बस, बाकी बहुत हो गया. समझ में आया सबको? तो उसे, अरे बाप रे इंटरव्यूअर, मुझे क्या, तुमको मालूम भी क्या है वो कौन इंटरव्यूअर है? कभी तुम मिलने वाले हो लाइफ में उसको, तो अपना क्या जाता है? गॉट अ पॉइंट? तो ठीक है, अभी वो बोला तुम फालतू हो तो ओके, वो बोलेगा तो नहीं वैसे भी. दे विल ऑल्सो फॉलो कर्टसी. भले तुमको तुम एक नंबर के फालतू 0 मार्क के योग्य लगे तो भी बोलेंगे ओके थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर कमिंग एंड स्पेंडिंग योर टाइम. तो यू विल ऑल्सो से थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर कॉलिंग मी एंड स्पेंडिंग योर टाइम, एंड देन यू विल गो होम. तो दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. So you can have a nice time. Interviewers are humans, not tigers. They will not carry a gun. ये question का आंसर नहीं दिया तो दुष्या, not like that. So no need to worry. And वो भगवान का स्वरूप भी नहीं है कोई बड़े कि उनको इम्प्रेस नहीं किया तो क्या होगा तुम्हारा लाइफ में. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला. तो सब तुम्हारा ठीक ठाक ही होएगा. तुम चिंता करने की ऐसे ज्यादा जरूरत नहीं है. Imagine yourself on the other side of the table if you want to and see कि तुम इंटरव्यूअर हो. अभी तुम्हारा क्या होगा? ऐसे सब बच्चे आ रहे एक के बाद एक, बोल नहीं रहे कुछ ढंग से, कुछ आंसर नहीं दे रहे, हूं करके बैठ रहे इधर उधर. तो हाउ बोर्ड यू विल गेट. बट स्टिल यू वांट टू डू जस्टिस आल्सो. तुमको हर एक बच्चे को जस्टिस भी करा तो तुम्हारा भेजा दुखने लगेगा फाइनली 10-12 इंटरव्यू होने के बाद, बिकॉज यू नीड अ वेरी हाई लेवल ऑफ कंसंट्रेशन. ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोई बच्चा आके बोला नहीं ठीक से या फिर तुमने सुना नहीं इसलिए उसको कम मार्क्स मिले. ये भी नहीं होना चाहिए. तो इट्स नॉट अ वेरी वेरी इजी थिंग. बीइंग एन इंटरव्यूअर इज वेरी वेरी एनर्जी कंज्यूमिंग टास्क. तो भी ट्राई करके देखो. घर में बोलो पेरेंट्स को या फिर किसी को कि नाउ आई विल टेक योर इंटरव्यू, और खुद ऐसे इंटरव्यू लेके देखो. ठीक है? फ्रेंड बिंड्स को कूल में रहेंगे, ट्राई मारो. नेवर ब्लफ इन द इंटरव्यू. ठीक है? फेक मत मारो. इफ यू डू नॉट गेट कॉट. अगर फेक मारा तो पकड़े मत जाओ. एंड इफ यू मैनेज टू डू दैट टू, डू नॉट जस्टिफाई, टेक इट बैक पोलाइटली. ठीक है? तो फेक मारो मत. अगर फेक मारा ही तो पकड़े मत जाओ. पकड़े भी गए तो फिर वो डिपेंड मत बोलो कि ठीक है अभी फेक मारा था अभी क्या करे. ऐसे ही बोलो ठीक है अभी आगे. ठीक है ना? एनीवे, be how you are. No need to be how others want you to be. and never give up logic and thinking. समझे कि नहीं? Interview is a selection process. No interviewer is interested to tell you कि तुमको ये नहीं आता, ये नहीं आता, ये नहीं आता. Interviewers are only interested to find out तुमको क्या आता है. Only positive aspects. No interviewer will like to fail you in the exam. They only want the select the good people. That doesn't mean others are bad. Up to their capacity they want to select. So passing, failing ऐसा कुछ नहीं. To find out the good candidate, that is the thing. Not to prove that you are bad. So no interviewer will argue with you or try to prove it to you. अरे तुमको तो कुछ भी नहीं आता. It never happens in the interview. No need to worry. On the day of the interview, be ready to wait for 4 to 5 hours. Very common. तुमको टाइम मिला रहेगा 11 o'clock का 3-4 बजे तक आराम से रुकने का सब इंतजाम करके जाओ. कैरी फूड, वाटर, थिंग्स, टाइम पास, वीडियो गेम, जो भी तुमको बुक चाहिए, सोने के लिए कुछ अरेंजमेंट सब लेके जाओ. Wait patiently. Interviewer does not require any revision. तो वहां बैठे बैठे हाँ what is my name, tell me about me. हाँ my name is what, अरे my name बोल. हाँ my name is Rahul Ogle, I'm in 6th standard, I'm in this school. जरूरत नहीं है वो. No need to have revision. Also do not need to tell your postal address and in which standard, which school, telephone number. That information anyway they have. So you more focus on your own abilities, what you are, what you do, what you like. No need to ask others. तुमको क्या पूछा, अरे तुम्हारा हो गया इंटर, तुमको क्या पूछा. ऐसे भी जरूरी नहीं है, because interview is different for everyone. No need to do that. Frank Beneri was one person. Frank Beneri. He did a lot of research on that. Okay. उसने क्या किया, एक बड़ी कंपनी में trained interviewers लिए and 50 people candidates were there. He conducted 2 hours big detailed interview and interviewers created 12 to 16 pages report on each candidate and some 10 candidates were selected out of 50. Got the point? Then what he did, this whole process was recorded. Means छुपके नहीं, उनको बोला था record होगा. Whole process was recorded. Second thing is he got some untrained interviewers. And what he did is full 2 hours interview दिखाया नहीं. Only 10 minutes interviews he showed. Every candidate will come. Only 10-minute discussion will be there in the video and cut. Next candidate cut. Next candidate cut. And then he told कि हाँ अभी select करो. Surprisingly, almost all same people got selected. So he was surprised कि अरे 10 minutes में ही ये लोग select हो गए, तो 2 hours इतना detail interview लेके क्या हो रहा था. Then he got one more idea. उसने वो 10 minutes का time cut करके सिर्फ 3 minutes रखा. So candidate will come, 3 minutes of interview video cut. Next video. Next candidate 3 minutes cut. And then he asked अभी choose करो. 10 में से 8 candidates वही select हो गए फिर भी. So that was a real surprise. 2 hours interview के बाद जो select हुए उसमें से 3 minute में select हो गए 3. Then he did one more wonderful thing. He said only 15 seconds. First impression. Candidate will come. He will say hello or good morning. He will sit down. Cut. Second candidate will come. He will sit hello, good morning, cut. Like that all videos were shown and told abhi select karo. Ek bhi no sentence, no question, nothing. Only hello, good morning, cut. And still 6 people got selected. 6. The ones who were really selected out of 10. So that was really a surprising. He said maybe we make a first impression and then we never change it. So he said like so much extensive research on the interview he did, and at the end he said indeed it seems interviews is all about gut feel. That is one very funny case which happened. So just telling you. Do you know, for so much time you people are also judging me and you are judging how I am conducting this session. So the judgment and interviews is nothing new. We do it all the time, knowingly or unknowingly. When your friend comes, you judge. When a new person comes to your classroom, you judge him. Whether he is good, should I be friends with him? You do not ask. Kitne mark mile? 95. Wow, happy friendship day. 75. No friendship. It doesn't happen that way. You take interview, knowingly or unknowingly. You go on the first. You make first impression. You go. You go on looks. You hear what he's saying. This is the way you judge. तुम खाके नहीं देखते हो, of course. Touch and smell is not there, but still. So the point is nothing new in interview. You are also doing it knowingly or unknowingly. My question is, have you made firm opinion about my session? If you have made, that means our process is successful. If you have made good opinion, fantastic. I am very happy. Bad opinion, still you have made an opinion. Okay or not okay? Okay. What? Good. Nice. Good. Dhanyavad. Very good. ये क्या है? ये तुम्हारे लिए नहीं, ये मेरी हेल्प करोगे? No, करोगे? हाँ, करो. You people were able to come because your friends told you. So this class is for the next year students, those who are in going to 6th or 8th. तो तुमसे एक साल छोटे. So if you have any friends who are really good in science like you and sincere and interested, तो तुम जरूर उनको बताओ what things we have done in our Homi Baba class and उनको मेरा नाम और नंबर दो. समझ में आया सबको? कंपलसरी नहीं है, but help me a bit. Will you help me or no? Help. हाँ, थोड़ा थोड़ा करो. धन्यवाद. अभी लास्ट. So what we have learned today: interview process of judgment, how the judgment happens. From that was our starting point. We discussed how to be valuable and present ourselves better. We have discussed all interview skills, finally art of guided interview, different type of questions, all these parameters, and some point of improvement for students, few things about confidence, fear, and that Frank Beneri example. Overall, like this is the third level. Project work, one session we have already done. It is there on वेबसाइट दिस यूट्यूब पे है ये वाला ओगले लर्निंग चैनल से किया है होमी बाबा प्रोजेक्ट. दिस वन वाज द फर्स्ट सेशन व्हिच आई हैड कंडक्टेड अर्लियर. वो तुम लोग जरूर देखो, नहीं देखा होगा और चाहिए तो. एंड so today this was the second one, personal interview. These are common. One more common session I do plan to conduct maybe on Tuesday. That is about writing the report and presenting the topic. This is again for the project. The generic points will this will be very short, maybe half an hour or so. And in between, there will be personal discussion with individual student about the project work whenever you require. So first was common to all. Second is common to all. Third is we plan to do on Tuesday. If you are interested, send a WhatsApp message to me on Monday. And in this personal discussion session, you are most welcome to call if and when you need. It is personal because everybody will have different projects. Many of you are done already. If you are not, you can. That was the last point. Thank you very much for being patiently present and participating enthusiastically. I hope you people have understood the process of interview. It will be rare with you for a long time and it will help you to prepare. Good? Okay.